guys, welcome back to OPG, where today we're going to be looking at some theories for Poppy Playtime Chapter 4. Now, if I'm going to be honest with you guys, I'm so excited for Chapter 4, and I feel like it's going to be a little bit like Bendy and the Ink Machine Chapter 4. Let me explain when we get into the video. Without further ado, enjoy. My first idea revolves around the Cat Bee image we got ages ago of a scrapped Cat Bee monster. I think that would be amazing in Chapter 4 as one of the mini-bosses, as a queen bee, and she's got a lot of little bees. If you remember, I watched Tetrabit Gaming's video, right, and he had shown off that in Project Playtime there was originally going to be an asset of bees flying around, like little cat bees, and that never made it into the game. So what if that's made for Chapter 4, and they've got a whole bee colony with a whole beehive and stuff? Wouldn't that be awesome? Now, I think it's time that Bron gets some screen time. I mean, he was in the Chapter 1 trailer, he's in the Rejected Toys room in Chapter 2, and everyone thought that he was going to be the main antagonist of Chapter 3 before Catnap when the Smiling Critters were revealed. So I feel like it is time that he gets a little bit of a boss fight, if not maybe a mini-boss. I feel like all these would be good mini-bosses, but imagine, like, him being blind because he hasn't got any eyes in the Chapter 1 trailer. I'll put a picture up of him in the Chapter 1 trailer. And you can see that he hasn't got any eyes and he can turn his head 360 degrees. That would be a terrifying monster. Like, you step on a toy, you know, like Poppy Playtime Forever, the little toys, the little Huggies. You step on one of those, it makes a squeak sound, and then Bron turns his head 360 degrees and starts charging towards you. That would be terrifying. Another thing that I think would be quite cool is another hand in the next chapter to replace the green hand. Now, I think you guys might have seen Motia Games. I hope I've pronounced that right. I'll leave a link to the video that I'm going to be referring to here. But I really like their interpretation of the next hand being the dash hand. The only problem with it, I think, is that it needs to be another colour other than red, because I've already had a red hand. So it might have to be a different colour, like pink. Being able to put your hand on, like, these pink things on the walls, you know, like the purple place where you put your hand and it bounces you up. Like those, and it brings you towards it. I thought it'd be quite unique to put in chase scenes and stuff. And a lot of the boss fights I've talked about beforehand could be using this new hand idea. So what do you guys think? Alright, so this one has been theorised for a while. Getting Boxy Boo in Poppy Playtime, the main series. Now, in the Home Sweet Home, there is a poster of Boxy Boo. Also, he's in the Hour of Joy. Also, I'm pretty sure in the Bron VHS tape, it is Boxy Boo who attacks him. So Boxy Boo is canon, and he's not just in Project Playtime. Now, having him in the main series as another one of these little mini-bosses would be really cool. And he could, like, skulk around in the darkness and stuff, and he could hide in his box and do massive leaps towards us and come from the ceiling. That would be terrifying. Another one we've been waiting for a while here, Huggy Wuggy's return. Now, we all know how he fell in Chapter 1, and we all thought he was going to be in Chapter 2, and then we all thought he was going to be in Chapter 3. Well, he sort of was in Chapter 3 because he had the hallucination Huggy who crawls out of the screen, but we never got a real Huggy Wuggy. Now, I really thought that we were going to get some of him in Chapter 3, same with Chapter 2, and I feel like Chapter 4 is his time in the spotlight. And I think he's going to get a bit of a mini-boss just like all the others. All these could be cool mini-bosses, a bit like Bendy and the Ink Machine Chapter 4. And on the next one, I'm going to tell you a bit about how I think he could work. So Kissy Missy got attacked at the end of Chapter 3, right? What if she and Huggy Wuggy had a fight? Because I do believe that it is Huggy Wuggy who attacked her at the end of Chapter 3. And they're going to have a fight, and we're going to have to interfere. And we're going to save Kissy Missy from Huggy, like a bloodied up Huggy Wuggy fighting a sort of damaged Kissy Missy. That would be so cool. And knowing Mob Entertainment's amazing animation skills, I know that they could do it. So the prototype is presumed to be the main enemy, or the main hero of this game. Depends on how you look at it. But I think that each of these bosses is going to have, or the mini bosses, are going to have a death scene at the end of the fight, which is going to result in the prototype taking them, which results in more and more of the prototype being revealed until the end of the chapter, when we've seen like his arms and legs, and then we just need to see what his hair and body look like, and we'll save that for chapter 5. But seeing a little bit more and a little bit more will keep the players on edge, wanting to know what comes next. So the last thing I want to talk about in this video is my favourite thing in this video. Remember PJ Pugapilla from the Poppy Playtime Chapter 2? I always thought that he was a bit underused, and we all know how caterpillars turn into butterflies. What if PJ Pugapilla comes out of a cocoon in Chapter 4 and a massive PJ Pugapilla butterfly crawls out and we see its massive wings and it flies around a giant area of the toy factory? That would be terrifying. I mean, just imagine like a massive butterfly body with the PJ Pugapilla colours on it, you know, the pink, purple and blue, and then the normal PJ Pugapilla head. I don't know what you could call it. Comment down below what you think you could call it, but that would be amazing. And then the end of the fight, once we defeat it, I can imagine having a lot of phases, but like Bertram Piedmont. He gets taken off by the prototype, and the prototype adds PJ Pugapilla's wings to himself. Because Mob Entertainment did reveal that PJ Pugapilla didn't die like Bunzo and the mini Huggies to Mommy Longlegs. So there is a good chance that he's had time to evolve, and he's going to be even more terrifying in the next chapter. Also, I know how I said that was the last one, but I got one more thing. Chapter 1, we had Huggy Wuggy as the main antagonist. Chapter 2, Mommy Longlegs. Chapter 3, Catnap. I don't think Chapter 4 is going to have a main antagonist, like main character. I think it's going to be a lot of little antagonists, because Project Playtime is sort of dying at the moment, and I wish it wasn't. But it is, and we need some more monsters to go in the game. And I feel like they're limiting themselves to only the main characters. I know they're adding PJ Pugapilla because he's a fan favourite and he won the vote. But imagine having to put Massive Catbee in it, the Bron in it, a skin for Huggy Bee and the Bloodied Up Huggy, and the PJ Pugapilla Butterfly as a skin for normal PJ Pugapilla. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have the best day, and I will see you in the next one. Have a great Easter. Goodbye.